Stay in the left lane the entire time.
Carlin versus Joe. Weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN app, and on SiriusXM Channel 80. Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
I think the Detroit Lions are done. I don't think they're going to go on a championship run. I don't even know that the Detroit Lions are going to win their division. Like, at some point, you're just not going to be able to replace those losses. They signing guys off the street, bro. Like, at some point, you just can't overcome all of these losses. And that's where I'm at with the Detroit Lions. It feels like we've gotten to that tipping point.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
You have cancer. There's nothing you can do to prepare yourself.
Round 1 of chemotherapy. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to survive. There's no way I'm going to...
Welcome to the Ideal Home and Paint Game of the Night. Let's go.
Pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to the Tigers Den. It is time for Region 9 basketball. You've waited and waited. They've been playing almost a month already, but now we dive into the Region 9 season. Carrick Segmiller, Andy Thompson with you on ESPN 97.7. Dixie and Hurricane doing battle in the Tigers Den tonight. And Hurricane, resurgent team. After not winning a region game last year, they start 5-3 in non-region play, taking on Dixie, 6-3 in non-region play. Toss it over to AT for a couple of thoughts before we take another quick break for the national anthem. This is our Ideal Home and Auto Paint Game of the Night.
Well, it's been a terrific start to the season for the Hurricane Tigers compared to last year. Some of the teams last season from Cache Valley, they lost to by 20. They ended up beating this year. They played the Dixie Flyers 3 times in the summer schedule, and each time they played, it was a one-possession game. So I think Hurricane comes into this one with a lot of confidence, even though they're the underdog.
An abbreviated Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show. We'll give you some Findlay Subaru keys to the game, as well as some windy starting lineups. And Star Watch, brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. Stop by Bucks Ace today for power tools, grills, and the best gun department. Go see them. Dino Crossing in St. George, Santa Clara, and right out here in Hurricane. Let's take a quick break, AT. Let's go a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and wrap up the Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show and jump right into this one. It's Dixie. It's Hurricane. ESPN 97.7.
I'm here with Joe Shoney, and Joe's someone you should get to know, especially if you're looking into getting into your own home, because Joe's got all the programs available, whether it's financing a home or getting home construction. You can take care of it all, right, Joe?
That's right, Tim. And, right now it's such a great time. It's fourth quarter, and fourth quarter is always the best time to buy a house. Rates are generally lower, and home prices can be more negotiable because people in the fourth quarter that are looking to sell are motivated to do so. So if you would like to know what you qualify for, what programs are available, we've been serving in Southern Utah now for over 34 years. So give us a call, and we'd love to help you out.
Whether your program is to get you into a construction loan to build your own home, get a refinancing going, Joe can handle all of that. And the best way to get a hold of Joe is to make a phone call. Joe, give us the numbers.
In St. George at 634-0072, Cedar City 586-0063, or my cell phone 590-6300.
Joe Shoney, MLS number 1210 from One is an Equal Housing Lender.
I love Rocky Ridge.
At Rocky Ridge Rock, we have over 40 varieties of landscape rocks in many sizes and colors. We also have pavers, fire pits, retaining block, mulch, topsoil, garden soil, playground sand, filled dirt boulders, and wheat fabrics. With same-day delivery, we have everything you need to make any landscape project a breeze. Come check us out at 500 North 600 West in Cedar City or online at RockyRidgeRock.com and let us make your yard the favorite room in your house. At Rocky Ridge, we make dirt look good.
I love Rocky Ridge. Come on down for your landscape needs.
Is the trash, debris, and waste piling up at your home or business stressing you out? Do you need help with waste management for an upcoming event or project? With Rocky Ridge Waste, you can say goodbye to all the stress and hassle. With same-day drop-off and pickup, rental is a breeze. Simply dump your trash, schedule a pickup, and let us handle the rest. Whether your needs are big or small, long-term or short-term, our dumpsters are sized just right for any project, saving you valuable time and money. Call Rocky Ridge Waste today at 867-1368 and leave the nitty-gritty to us.
If you could do something today to ease a future burden on your family, would you do it? We're talking today with Brian Randall, funeral director and partner at Cedar Valley Funeral and Cremation. Brian, an important part of your job is easing future burdens on loved ones.
That's right. Pre-planning and prepaying for your final expenses locks in today's prices for future services. But more importantly, you're making choices and decisions with logic and forethought, so your family knows your wishes well ahead of time. As they face a difficult transition, your family will appreciate this caring gift.
It sounds like the right choice to make. Brian, how can we contact you?
Call Cedar Valley Funeral and Cremation at 435-865-9000. That's 865-9000. Or come in and see us at 2086 North Main Street in Cedar City, Utah.
See Brian and his compassionate team at Cedar Valley Funeral and Cremation, 2086 North Main Street in Cedar City, 865-9000.
Is your RV taking up more driveway space than your cars? Or maybe your garage has turned into a labyrinth of old furniture, holiday decorations, and that treadmill you swore you'd use? Don't worry, they've got the perfect solution, airtight storage. They've got RV parking spaces starting at just $50 a month, and their storage units starting at $60 a month. That's like half the price of St. George storage. Half-price storage means more money for important things, like, more stuff to store.
Welcome back to the action, brought to you in part by Ideal Home and Paints.
Welcome back inside the Tigers Den. Carrick Sagmel, Andy Thompson with you. Ideal Home and Auto Paints game of the night. Hurricane and Dixie. How about some windy starting lineups for you before we get this thing tipped off and underway? First for the visiting Flyers. Tyler Roberts leading this team his 7th season as the bench boss at Dixie High. 132 wins, 32 losses, and looking to get back to the state tourney and make some noise again this season after a disappointing tournament run last year. They've got the guys to do it again, Andy. This team, it's supposed to be a rebuild year, right? They just plug and play. These guys, all they do is win, and they start like this. 6-foot senior guard Zed Weber. 6'4" senior guard Tyson Forsey, one of the best in Region 9 this year. 6'4" forward senior J.J. Davey. 6'6" senior forward Tyler Walter. And senior guard Kimball Carter getting the start tonight for the Flyers. He's averaging 7 assists per game. Roberts graduates, and you get just as good of a passer stepping into the starting lineup for the Flyers this year in Kimball Carter. How about the home Tigers? 5-3 overall. Adam Stout's second year as the head coach. And they're going to start like this. They go Brigham Kemp, Quinn Gubler, Tylen Gubler, R.J. Hurst, and Callan Hughes. And Andy, I don't know that I'm any more intrigued about a team in Region 9 than I am about Hurricane. We saw them at Media Day a couple of weeks ago. A good, solid returning core. You've got R.J. Hurst. Everybody knows about him. But Brigham Kemp this year, he's a junior, averaging 17 a game already, and you saw it last year. A flashy sophomore last year that had handles. He could shoot it. He could do it all. This Hurricane team is going to be fun to watch. Obviously, a good measuring tape game. First game of the region season.
Absolutely, and I agree with you about Brigham Kemp. He's got that swag about him. He's averaging 17. He's got over 6 assists. Let's go into our keys to the game. For Dixie, it's getting back. They've lost 3 out of their last 4 to really good competition up at 6A tournaments up north. When they're playing well, they're getting around 20 team assists per game. I think they'll hit that mark tonight against Hurricane. And then for the Hurricane Tigers, it is when you put it up, you've got to either fight for the offensive rebound or get back on defense because the Flyers kill you in transition. You can't let them get that long outlet pass like we've seen over the years.
Dixie wins the opening tap, but the Tigers fly in and take it. Hurricane with it. Hughes denied by Walter at the rack, and here come the Flyers.
Really good aggressive move. Good pass from Kemp to a driver there. Just got outdone at the rim.
Kimball Carter will set up the offense. Finds Forsey. 15.5 points per game for Forsey in 6 games played so far. Missed 3 due to injury, but he's back in the lineup and ready to do some damage. Shot clock down to 12. We welcome in our audience on sportsradio977.com, our streaming video audience. And a turnover. Ball went on the end line. J.J. Davey turns it over back to Hurricane.
Yeah, good rotation. That first half-court possession for the Hurricane Tigers defense. Nothing came open for the Flyers there.
Both teams a possession, both teams scoreless. 50 seconds gone by opening frame. They look inside to Kemp. Kemp back outside to the wing and Hurst. Hurst can shoot it. He's knocked down 25 triples already this season. Will bounce it to Hughes. Gets it right back. And you better believe Forsey's going to stay with him. Hurst off the screen. Driving inside. Stopped to the block. Kicked it back out to Gubler. Right elbow jumper on the way. Gets it to go. But a whistle. Wipe it off. Was it a moving screen up top?
I think they're going to get Hurst with the screen up top to negate that shot. Love that mid-range pull up by Gubler, and good job by Dixie just being all over Hurst. I thought he was going to pull up from the logo. He thought better of it, and it was well covered anyway.
Back to Dixie. Still scoreless. Nearly 90 seconds gone by. Kemp will knock that pass into the Tigers bench. Dixie retains the possession. Keys of the game brought to you by Findlay Subaru. Thanks, AT, for those. Starting lineups brought to you by Wendy's. We mentioned guys like Brigham Kemp, Tyson Forsey. Star Watch brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. Looking inside, Walter. Catch, scored off the window. First bucket of the night. Flyers lead it.
Beautiful. That's another Dixie Flyer. Bread and butter, the lob over the top with the finish. Walter, nice touch. And a great pass.
Here's Hurricane the other way. Slicing and dicing inside is Tylen Gubler. And he's fouled on his way to the bucket. 2 free throws coming. Brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's.
Excellent job attacking, even on their first possession where it didn't convert. I like guys going to the rim early, setting the tone. We're going to be physical. We're not just jump shooters. We're going to try to beat you at the rim, even though you've got size. I've liked what I've seen so far aggression-wise from the Tigers here in the Den.
First free throw up and good for Gubler. Foul one against J.J. Davey, his first. Second free throw up and through. He makes both. Now 20 of 32 on the line on the year from the stripe for Tylen Gubler. Looking inside. Tip taken away into the hands of the Tigers and Kemp. We are tied at 2. Hurricane looking to take the lead on this possession. Quinn Gubler. You got Quinn Gubler and Tylen Gubler out there at the same time. Here's Brigham Kemp for 3. Leaves it short. Great box out from Walter, and the Flyers have it.
Yeah, not a bad look as Dixie's pushing.
Three-pointer, left corner. A little bit too strong from Zed Weber. Offensive rebound, Flyers reset. Forsey bouncing back to Weber. Weber free throw line, knocked out of his hands, regains. Will scoop it, denied by Hughes, and the Tigers have it.
What a quick twitch, jump up and block it by Hughes there to save an easy floater that would have gone for 2 at point-blank range.
Hurricane with the possession. 5:20 to go, opening frame. We are tied at 2. Callan Hughes operating mid-post right. Dumps it out to Kemp, driving inside. Righty layup on the left side, couldn't get it to go. And the Flyers on the rebound. It'll be Carter pushing it. Swings it to Forsey, right corner 3. Rims out. And the ball knocked out of the hands of Quinn Gubler into the hands of Kimball Carter. He can't get the layup. And Tylen Gubler grabs the rebound for the Tigers. Kemp quickly the other way. Gives to Hughes, gets it right back, driving the inline. Tries to pass. Tipped into the hands of Kimball Carter. Now knocked back out. A whistle and a foul against Hurricane.
Good job by Walter down low, preventing that pass from going out and creating that turnover for that Flyers defense.
Callan Hughes picks up the foul. Not quite halfway through the opening frame, just a 2-2 ball game. This has been a Dixie team that has been a high-scoring team historically, and through the first 5 games of the season, averaged 65 points per game. But over the last 4 AT, that's dropped down to 50 points per game.
Yeah, part of that is the types of teams they were playing. They got a nice win against Farmington, a 6A school, but tough outings. Their last one, of course, against Skyridge, where they scored, I think, in the high 30s in that game.
Foul goes against Ty Gubler. 3rd team foul against Hurricane, so keep your eye on that. Remember, high school basketball, you get to 5, you're the double bonus. A lob and a dunk! The 2-hand flush, and you're going to get it maybe a technical for hanging on the rim. It is.
Oh, no.
Tyler Walter took the lob and threw down, and there was a little extra hang there, AT. A little flash there.
I mean, he's swinging. He's got to gather himself before he goes down. I mean, we'll have to look at the replay.
Let him play. Let the boys play.
Hey, it's Christmas.
That's right.
And how good is Coach Roberts on the draw-ups for the inbounds plays? I don't know that I've seen that one where the big fella's coming right down Main Street from the perimeter with the flush. We've seen a lot of lobs, but that was a new look, I think, that I've seen from Dixie over the last couple of years. Beautifully executed.
Keep your eyes peeled to the ESPN 97.7 socials. I get the feeling you're going to see that one out on the interwebs, the Twitter, the Instagram. Look for that highlight reel later. Brigham Kemp. So the Tigers get the free throws and the possession. We're tied at 2. after what should have been a momentum play for Dixie. 3 from Hurst, no. Rebound Carter, ahead to Weber, and he lays it in.
And that's the dagger stuff right there. Miss on a 3 and then instant 2 for Dixie on a nice outlet pass. That's what you've got to prevent. R.J. Hurst, one of the most accurate three-point shooters in Region 9. He's like 43% right now. That was kind of a drifting 3, just missed it.
Here's Quinn Gubler to set up the offense. Looking at Hurst, spinning to his left, and he's fouled. He'll get 2 free throws. If that goes against Davey, that's his second. It does.
Strong spin move down there in the post by Hurst as soon as he got it. Quick spinned him and got to the free throw line. Appreciate Fabulous Freddy's. Check out, by the way, right now their coupon books are on sale. Make great holiday gifts. You save big all throughout the year. And it goes well in stocking stuffers for your loved ones at Fabulous Freddy's on River Road or Bluff Street.
Into the game for the Flyers, Colin Simmons as well as Ammon Ashton. For the Tigers, Bryson McCauley will check in. Second free throw up and through for R.J. Hurst. He's got 4 points all at the free throw line. And we're tied at 6, 3:51 to go. Quarter number 1. Ideal Home and Auto Paint game of the night. Thanks so much for joining us. We're on the radio, on the app, on the YouTube stream. Thanks for being with us. Forsey will back it out. Over to Carter. Swing it left side, Simmons. Flyers drop it inside, looking for Walter. Knocked out of his hands, regains, back to Carter, 10 to shoot. Kicking it to the left corner. Ashton pulls up for 3. Too strong. Tipped around by Hughes, but grabbed by the Flyers, and they'll drop it inside. And a hammer dunk, Colin Simmons.
Great job by Walter with the touch pass. He's been excellent on defense. He had that dunk, and now a dish off for another dunk to his teammate.
8-6 Flyers lead it. They put the points on the wrong side of the scoreboard here in the gym. I'm sure they'll get that fixed. But the Flyers lead it 8-6. 3 on the way from Hurricane. Tipped around. Offensive rebound, Brigham Kemp. Kicking it to Quinn Gubler. Driving the inline. Baseline left. We'll leave it for McCauley. The right-hand floater up and through.
The big fella with the touch at the rim. Going full blast into the paint and finishing.
And we are tied at 8. And a jump ball called on the other end. The hustle play to tie it up for the Tigers. Flyers will maintain possession on the alternate arrow.
The student down there saying, hey, I am pointing at where he stepped out of bounds, and he's instantly reprimanded. How about the admin here at Hurricane being on the ball? So no fan gets a technical tonight.
They're not on holiday break yet.
Oh, no.
Entertaining game so far. 2:35 to go, quarter number 1, tied at 8. Forsey, 3-ball left corner. No. Into the hands of Quinn Gubler. The Tigers have it. Quinn pushing the tempo. The scoop, no, but the follow. Callan Hughes up and good.
Nice job by Hughes, just trailing his guard, going to the rim, and gets an easy putback bucket.
The 3 the other way, up and through. Colin Simmons. You want to talk about instant impact. He's got a quick 5, and the Flyers take it back 11-10.
Showing off the range, had the two-handed slam, and now the three-point shot.
Here's Hurst. We'll bounce it to the right corner, McCauley. McCauley trying to hit that same shot he hit a minute ago. Couldn't get it this time. And the Flyers quickly up the floor.
Yeah, just a tough angle to get square. Circus attempt there.
And the Tigers come up with it. Kemp, 1-on-2. Slices through 2 defenders, no. And the rebound into the hands of Kimball Carter. 3-on-2, kicking it to the right side. Forsey takes his time, lets it fly, and it's too short. Brigham Kemp, the offensive rebound, and out to Quinn Gubler. Gubler left alone, free throw line jumper, yes sir.
Good take. I mean, it's a cold night so far in the first quarter from three-point range for both teams. So take what you can get. Nice job pulling up from the free throw line there by Gubler for 2.
12-11, Hurricane the lead. Approaching 1 minute to go in the opening frame. They'll lob it inside Walter, turnaround floater, short off the front iron. And rebound into the hands of Hurst and the Tigers.
Good contest there by Hughes. It's been a good battle of the bigs tonight.
Deep 3 from Hurst. You betcha!
From the volleyball line, finally got some space. They were a little slow coming out that far, and he took it.
Flyers trailing by 4. They'll look to answer. Here's Forsey. Spinning into the paint. And did he travel? The referee says, yes, he did. And the student section concurs. They've been studying. They know the hand motions. They know what to call. 28 seconds to go. Flyers by 4. How about this, AT?
Wow.
Excuse me, Tigers by 4.
Yeah, great atmosphere here in the Tigers' den. They're going to get one shot here to end the first quarter.
Yeah, shot clock is off. That being the case, you got to think they'll play for one here. They do. Brigham Kemp. Only starter that hasn't scored yet. How about that? Inside, Tylen Gubler at the left block. Reverse it from left to right. It's up and through for Gubler. He's got 4. And that is how the first quarter will end.
Excellent job by Ty Gubler, jump stopping with a lot of pressure on his feet and not dragging to travel. Instead, staying solid, going up, getting the 2 points before the first quarter expired there. Nice job by Hurricane.
Tigers close the quarter on a 7-0 run to lead it 17-11. We'll take the 60-second timeout, come back with quarter number 2 on ESPN 97.7.
Connie Weaver talks about working with funeral director Brian Randall at Cedar Valley Funeral and Cremation.
I had a really strong desire to work at the funeral industry for years, and Brian was able to give me that opportunity to do so. I've been so impressed with his compassion and his commitment to families. The best part of Cedar Valley Funeral and Cremation is that we offer a beautiful chapel for on-site services. Brian and I have worked together side by side for quite a few years. We make a great team. One of the most important things I have learned by working in this industry is that sometimes less is more. Brian really knows how to exemplify this by easing families' burdens and lightening the burden of grief.
Feel the difference a compassionate team can make at Cedar Valley Funeral and Cremation, 2086 North Main Street in Cedar City. Call 435-865-9000, 865-9000. Find them on the web at cedarvalleyfuneral.com. Cedar Valley Funeral and Cremation, 865-9000.
Tonight's action is brought to you in part by Fabulous Freddy's.
Welcome back to the Tigers Den. Tigers lead at 17-11 as we begin the second quarter. Brigham Kemp to the rack. Too easy, his first bucket of the night. And it's an 8-point lead, 19-11.
Great job there as the ball is overthrown on the inbound.
Hurst for 3. No, offensive rebound. McCauley, he's fouled. Boy, one team has got the energy right now, AT, and they're wearing white and red.
Yeah, I love this McCauley getting in the dirt, not being afraid to get his hands dirty in the paint, making things happen. Now going to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. It was a great job out of the first quarter timeout to get an easy bucket for your best player in Brigham Kemp going towards the basket. Had leverage on his defender, and I got an easy score there.
First free throw from McCauley rims out. 55% free throw shooter coming in. The lefty lets it fly, and it's up and good.
Reminds me of a young Rudy Tomjanovich out there just hustling for boards and getting to the free throw line.
Hurricane by 9. When was the last time the Tigers led Dixie by double digits? Here's Walter, big time putback bucket. He wants a foul with it as well. Not going to get it, but a big bucket to stop the bleeding. It had been a 9-0 run. Make it a 10-0 run for Hurricane before that. Tigers with it. Pass in the end line, whip it to McCauley. Kicking it to the corner, Tyson Stout. Over to Brigham Kemp, left wing. Kemp to Hurst. Hurst spinning to the left. Free throw line floater. Short. No. Gets the roll. Up and through. Hurst with 9. And it's a 22-13 Hurricane lead.
Good job. They're playing him so aggressive out on the perimeter. Good job just getting a little bit inside, and he's got the touch to make those floaters.
6:40 to go. Quarter number 2. Davey to Forsey. And Forsey is fouled, and he says, thank you very much. It's about time. It's not a rodeo out here. He was riding me all the way down.
Yeah, Forsey needs to get going here a little bit. He hasn't gotten a ton of looks. He had one open three-point shot in the corner, but being harassed so far by Hurricane, pretty good.
Probably wasn't a direct quote, but something to that effect. And that turnover after the inbounds pass. Kemp Free throw line, Euro step, knocked out of his hands. Flyers have it. Forsey quickly down the court, looking for Carter. Carter will hang. Can't get it to go in the paint. Callan Hughes the rebound for the Tigers. Hurricane can take a double-digit lead on this possession. Here's Stout. Kills the dribble. Here's the Tylen Goober right wing. Knocked out of his hands. Gets it back. Over to Quinn Gubler. Fakes right, goes left, splits two defenders. The layup a little too short. Good move, though. The rebound go to the Flyers, and he is fouled on his way back up the floor as Zed Weber trying to get the fast break going. We couldn't because of the foul against Quinn Gubler.
Good job by both teams. Back-to-back possessions. Getting to the rim, just couldn't finish.
5:50 to go, quarter number 2. Approaching the InfoWest halftime report. We'll give you all the stats and scoring. We'll take a look around the region. First Days Hardware updates and Wilkinson stats coming up in 5 minutes. Here's a 3, big time shot for Zed Weber.
Weber, I think one of his first attempts of the night. That one went into the rafters and dropped down good.
Cuts the Tiger lead to 6, 22-16. Here's Kemp. Free throw line. Errant pass, tipped and taken away by Carter. He's going to take on 2 defenders, too hard off the glass. And here come the Tigers.
I think he was going for an off the backboard to Walter, just left it a little.
Tyson Stout for 3. He buries it, his 5th of the season, and Coach Roberts has seen enough. He's going to take a timeout with 5:03 to go. Quarter number 2, 25-16. Flyers lead it. Is it a full? Is it a 30? It's a full. We'll take it. 60-second timeout right back on ESPN 97.7.
There's no better time to bring the timeless quality and dependability of GE appliances to your home than right now with your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Save on premium finish options that you won't find anywhere else, and features that help you spend less time doing chores and more time doing what matters to you. Now's your chance to save big on select GE appliances. Visit your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus or shop online at ApplianceWholesalerSplus.com.
Tonight's action is brought to you in part by Fabulous Freddy's.
Welcome back to Hurricanes. Tigers lead at 25-16 after the Tyson Stout three-point shot. And AT, look out for R.J. Hurst.
Yeah.
Look out for Brigham Kemp. Look out for Callan Hughes. So you do. And then Tyson Stout comes in and buries a 3.
Yeah.
What do you do if you're Coach Roberts and the Flyers right now?
Hurricanes vibing right now. They've got the mojo. You know, Dixie they've had some fast break opportunities, but several. They missed a finger roll. That last one, they tried to go off the backboard to Walter. Would have been awesome, but when it doesn't work, the coaches are going to want to have a talk with you type of deal. So Dixie just needs to keep playing their game and get some of those transition buckets to go down.
Forsey for 3, right wing, no. Too strong. Callan Hughes the rebound. Goes up high, pulls it down. Tylen Gubler fires a quick 3, right wing, it's up and through. Everything's falling for the Tigers. He's got 7. Hurricane by 12, 28-16. 4:30 to go, quarter number 2.
Took a minute to heat up here in the Tigers' den, but now they're red hot.
Forsey driving the end line, reverse it from left to right, and it's up and through. Beautiful play.
And he might need to play a little hero ball just for a few possessions to get Dixie oriented, because their half-court offense isn't producing open shots right now for anybody.
Stout whips it around to Quinn Gubler. Quinn to Tylen Gubler. His 3 is blocked, denied by Simmons. And here comes Zed Weber, setting it up for the Flyers. Forsey screaming for the basketball. He says, give me it.
Yeah, he wants the ball. There you go.
He gets it just across the timeline left side. Going to drive inside, loses his footing, passes back out, tipped by Quinn Gubler. He's saying no, it went back off of Mac Howard. Referee doesn't agree. Possession will stay with the Flyers.
Yeah, if you're Dixie, you obviously want to cut it from double digits before halftime, and I think the best way to do that right now is just going to your best guy, even though that's not what Dixie does. They just play their system and shots kind of come organically, but
here's Howard. So we'll get to Simmons. Now Weber, right wing, 3 to shoot on the clock, 2. Stolen away by Brigham Kemp. Waits for help. He'll leave for Hughes, and the Tigers will set it up. R.J. Hurst, he's got it. Step back 3, denied. Tipped by Mac Howard into the hands of Zed Weber. Here come the Flyers.
Great close by Howard.
28-18, Hurricane by 10. 3:08 to go, quarter number 2. Flyers with possession. Weber to the near side, and Forsey. Skip it all the way back to Weber, left wing. Quick passes, not using any dribbles. Here's Howard with it, right wing. Slings it back to Forsey. He's holding on the left wing. Shot clock down to 5. Forsey denies a screen, goes the other way instead, and lays it up with the left hand and through.
Yeah, through contact. That was well contested. He made a great play off of a screen, and I think Forsey's going to have to do that a lot tonight.
And now Coach Stout wants to talk it over with his guys. 28-20, Tigers by 8. It's going to be a full timeout. 2:36 to go, second quarter. We'll take it as well. 60-second timeout, right back.
Hi, it's Tyler with We Win Injury Law. People usually call us when they're involved in a vehicle accident, but there are so many other areas we specialize in. Long story short, if you've been injured, we can help. Maybe you've experienced medical malpractice, or a loved one has suffered nursing home abuse, or even a wrongful death. If so, call us today. You need an experienced injury lawyer who knows how to fight insurance companies. Unlike most lawyers, we are not scared to go to trial to fight for what you deserve. Call us today at 435-688-9558 for your free consultation, or visit us at WeWinInjuryLaw.com.
Wendy's knows everyone hates cold, soggy fries. That's why at Wendy's, they serve them up hot and crispy every time. Yep, Wendy's means always hot and crispy every single time. So don't risk going somewhere else. With natural skin-on potatoes, every order of hot and crispy fries is prepared to golden goodness and perfectly sprinkled with sea salt every time. Head to your St. George Wendy's today to get your hot and crispy fries and make every day a fry day.
Back inside the Tigers' den, 2:36 to play until halftime. Carrick Segment, Lanny Thompson with you on ESPN 97.7, as well as Sports Radio 977.com. Head over there, watch the game with us. Here's Kemp. Into the corner, Gubler's shot is blocked by Walter, comes down with it, Flyers have it. Hand off to Carter.
There's a Hakeem.
And a foul will stop the drive to the basket. Over at Snow Canyon, 25-16, Crimson Cliffs leads it with 20 seconds to go until halftime.
Wow. I was going to say that was a Hakeem Warwick block from, am I getting that name right? Back in the studio, look that up. Hakeem Warwick had that block for Syracuse 25 years ago.
Come on, Larry, get on that.
Looked just like that.
2:05 to go. Hurst maybe gets away with a bump. That would have been his third foul. They'll lob it inside. Walter misses, gets his own rebound. Up and good with the foul.
Man.
He says three's better than 2,
that's right.
So that's why I missed the first one. Needed to get the and one.
Yeah, he knows that math is like Daryl Morey, figuring that out. And he's great on both ends tonight, right? Blocks, getting his hands in passing lanes, and then finishing through contact there. He's been the man, and he's communicating. He's loud on defense. I like his leadership. He's been one of the most consistent guys tonight.
Free throw is up and through. He's got 9, perhaps bigger on the play. Scoreboard said that foul was against number 21, which is R.J. Hurst. And it says it's his third foul. Something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that's not good.
And he's out of the game after that. And a turnover. Kemp falling to the ground, and it's snatched away by Zed Weber. Flyers with it, trailing by just 5. How about this? Flyers putting together a run before the break. Here's Kimball Carter. Over to Forsey. Plenty of time. 15 to shoot on the shot clock. Game clock at 1:19. Forsey to Walter. Baseline left jumper. Too strong. Into the hands of Lincoln Stout. Airball chance raining down. Here's Quinn Gubler. Back to Stout. Stout off a screen from Kemp. Looking to toss it back to him. Couldn't get it to him. Into the corner, Callan Hughes. Shot clock down to 14. Game clock at 53. Hughes looking inside. Tipped. away from the intended recipient, but it goes right to Brigham Kemp. He says thank you very much and lays it in.
Yeah, it's been a minute since they've had an easy one like that. A fortuitous bounce right into the hands of a Tiger.
30-23. Hurricane by 7. 31 seconds remaining in the half. About a 10-second difference between game and shot clock, so the Flyers can't drain it all the way down here. Here's Weber. Drive it inside, pull up mid-range. Couldn't get it. And the rebound to Hurricane. Now they can play for one with the shot clock off and the game clock down to 10. Brigham Kemp will set it up now with 7 and 5. Whipping it over to Quinn Gubler with 3 for a 3. Yes, sir! Quinn Gubler puts the Tigers up by double digits.
Wow, I'm blown away by Hurricane. They're shooting, the way they're moving the ball, their defensive tenacity. It is all here tonight at home, and they're winning the battle as far as the intensity of the game as well. And I'm sure we'll see Dixie come out on fire in the third quarter, but Coach Stott's got to be thrilled with the effort his guys are bringing tonight at home against, the perennial power in Region 9.
Well, Hurricane led at 28-16 at one point early in the second. Dixie responded by scoring 7 straight to cut it to 28-23 AT, and you thought, okay, here we go. And then Hurricane, the last couple of buckets of the quarter to go back up by double digits, and it's been the three-point shot. We'll toss the break here in just a minute, but my count, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 three-point makes for Hurricane, 2 for Dixie, and Hurricane has not been able to do much wrong here in the first half. So Tigers lead at 33-23 after 16 minutes of basketball. We're going to take the 3-minute halftime break. We come back at the InfoWest halftime report. We'll break it all down for you, give you the Wilkinson stats and some Region 9 updates brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware. 33-23, Hurricane leads it back after this on ESPN 97.7.
Wendy's knows everyone hates cold, soggy fries. That's why at Wendy's, they serve them up hot and crispy every time. Yep, Wendy's means always hot and crispy every single time. So don't risk going somewhere else. With natural skin-on potatoes, every order of hot and crispy fries is prepared to golden goodness and perfectly sprinkled with sea salt every time. Head to your St. George Wendy's today to get your hot and crispy fries and make every day a fry day.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
See Hearst first and refresh your home with Ace's Red Hot Buys. Check out the Ace Paint Collection with durability for everyday life. Save $2 on Kills Primer and select Rust-Oleum Spray Paint is 2 for $13. Switch out that air filter with buy 3, get 1 free savings. And buy more, save more on cleaning supplies for every part of your home. Hearst General Store Ace Hardware, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Cedar City and St. George.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. Lighting is the jewelry for the home. Here at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, we go to every effort to find the latest and greatest new ideas and styles in decorative lighting. You may find it interesting, but we really do get excited about great lighting. We've recently returned home from the latest lighting trade show, where we found a number of exciting pieces. Those items have been arriving, and the showroom is filling up with fantastic new ideas that will make the statements you've been searching for. Come on in and get excited about lighting with us and see what's new. Wilkinson's, 88 East, 1160 South.
Flynn Companies in St. George provides commercial building services to all of Utah. They bring your vision for the building to life without compromise. Flynn's customers have come to expect innovative solutions backed by unparalleled technical expertise and a disciplined approach to project building. Flynn Companies is a proud booster of the Southern Utah community and has literally helped to build it. Visit FlynnCompanies.com today.
That's not good.
What?
Yep, your car's broken.
Oh, come on.
But we can fix it and get you back on the road quickly.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Pro Auto Care in St. George can handle anything under the hood of your Honda, Acura, Toyota, and Lexus. From oil changes to major repairs, quality work at an affordable price. Check them out at yourproautocare.com. That's yourproautocare.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find a helpful face. Someone welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable, At Bucks Ace, we exist to help others, and you can see it in our faces.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I've always enjoyed meeting new people, and there's no better place than Bucks Ace Hardware to do that. That's why I love my job. Come see me at Bucks, and let us show you why we're the most helpful hardware store in all of Southern Utah.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
There's no better time to bring the timeless quality and dependability of GE appliances to your home than right now with your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Save on premium finish options that you won't find anywhere else, and features that help you spend less time doing chores and more time doing what matters to you. Now's your chance to save big on select GE appliances. Visit your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus or shop online at ApplianceWholesalersPlus.com.
Welcome back to the Tigers Den. Carrick Segmiller, Andy Thompson with you on our Ideal Home and Auto Paint Game of the Night. Ideal Home and Auto Paint since 1975. Locally owned and operated by Ray Odette. 2 locations, Ideal distributors for all your automotive paint on Tabernacle and Ideal Home and Paint, 4096 South River Road. You betcha Ideal has that. Time for your InfoWest halftime report. And it has been a great one. 33-23. The home team Tigers with the 10-point advantage going into the halftime break. We'll give you some Wilkinson stats, after which we'll give you some Hearst Hardware Region 9 updates. But AT, first, you gave a couple thoughts before we tossed the break. A penny more for your first half thoughts. I mean, we talked about it at Media Day. We've talked about it off the air. We knew that, Dixie had a great start to the season, but they're still replacing a lot and are still finding some of those rotations and some of that rhythm. And you've got a guy like Tyson Forsey trying to help some young guys through, maybe some guys that are juniors and seniors but didn't get as much playing time over the years because of who they were playing behind over the last couple of years. But the first few games, they started well. There's been a little learning curve for the Flyers the last little bit, and they trail by 10 at the half. Yeah, they just haven't been able to get reliable, good shots in their half-court offense. I think their transition game, the aggression is there, and the outlet pass is there. They just haven't been able to finish. So I guess credit Hurricane and getting back and tangling them up a little bit in that transition. But I think this might be a game early in the region's schedule where you're still trying to form, like you said, who everybody is and the roles on this team, where your best player, Tyson Forsey, we kind of saw that in the second quarter where Forsey just got the ball, put his head down, went to the rim a couple of times. I think he's got to do that. I know he's still probably not 100%, had to miss some games, a couple weeks ago, but I just think this might be a kind of a down and dirty game for the Flyers where your best player might need to save you in the Tigers' den down 10 at halftime. And for Hurricane, we also talked about them. We talked about the guys they were bringing back from last year. Anytime you bring an R.J. Hurst type of scorer back, you're happy with that. But they brought almost their entire starting five except for Caleb Jackman, the one guy from the starting five that they lost. And that, guess what? That means more minutes for a guy like Tylen Gubler, more minutes for a guy like Callan Hughes. So not only do you bring R.J. Hurst back, you bring Brigham Kemp back, who was a sophomore last year and honestly was in my top 5 of favorite guards to watch in the region last year. I mean, and that's saying something. There were some highly skilled guards in the region. There are every year. But Brigham Kemp, excellent ball handler, can shoot the lights out, makes plays when you need him to. So, and then you pair them with Quinn Gubler, with Callan Hughes, and this is the result so far. 5-3 coming into the game today. Lead it by 10, 33-23. The question, Andy, is we saw Hurricane have some prolific first halves last year. Yeah. They started well. They hung tight even with the Hurricane or the Dixie Flyers of last year, with your Crimsons, with your Snow Canyons of the world, and then would kind of fade in the second half. Yeah. Do they have the firepower? Yeah. Do they have the willpower, the discipline to keep doing the things that got them to this point in the first half and finish games this year? That's what we'll see, because we saw plenty of, 8, 16, even 24 minutes of great basketball from Hurricane teams last year, but they weren't able to finish over the last 8 minutes of the game or so to get over the hump in region play.
I've got confidence in them because if you look at kind of at a bird's eye view down at the floor and you pick out which players out there have the most confidence, just how they're carrying themselves, their body language, how aggressive they're being, several of those kids of the top 5, I would say, are playing for the Hurricane Tigers tonight, and that hasn't been the case, for the last several years. So R.J. Hurst and Brigham Kemp and Hughes, who's been awesome as a big tonight, and several others, it's like these guys are familiar with this Dixie team that they played in the summer and all that stuff, and I know we always put, take that with a grain of salt when you're talking about summer ball, but when in the mind of a kid who's like, hey, we played these guys, and every time we played them, we beat them once, and now we're at home in the Tigers Den, and our student section has a bunch of Santa hats on, and they're yelling at the refs. I mean, why not? Why not now for the Hurricane Tigers? And I'm still trying to figure out, I got a text from somebody saying it's been 10 years since Hurricane has beaten Dixie in basketball. It's kind of reminiscent of the football game, right?
Yeah.
Carrick, that we did here when Hurricane was pummeling Dixie for that first 3 quarters of that game, and then something crazy happened. And we'll see. Dixie wants that same kind of outcome tonight in the basketball game, but we'll see if Hurricane can hold on.
We know it's 33-23. Those are the big numbers up on the scoreboard, but what's the story inside? How do we get to that point? Time for your Wilkinson stats and scoring. Let's go first with the leading hometown Tigers. They have 7 different Tigers score in the first half, led by R.J. Hurst. He's got 9 points with 1 3. 7 points for Tylen Gubler. He buried a 3. 5 points for Quinn Gubler. He also knocked down a 3. How about 4 points for Brigham Kemp? 3 points for Bryson McCauley. 3 points for Tyson Stout on a big-time 3 that kind of stopped the Dixie run late in the first quarter. And then Callan Hughes with a single bucket at 2 points. So 7 different Tigers score it. 4 3-point shots made in the first half to score 33 first-half points. For the visiting Flyers, they have 4 players score, led by Tyler Walter with 9 points. Colin Simmons and Zed Weber each have 5 points. In fact, it's almost an identical stat line. They scored a 2-point bucket, and then each of them, their next bucket was a 3-point shot. 4 points for Tyson Forsey, and that is your scoring for the Dixie Flyers at 23 first-half points, 2 3-point shots made for the Flyers. Of course, we want to give a big-time shout-out to St. George Topper, our 3-point sponsor this year, and we think about them every time we see a 3-ball go through. And in today's day and age, it's a lot of them. In fact, I'm one of the get-off-your-lawn old guys. I kind of would like to see game backed off the 3-point line a little bit. You can't. The NBA is unwatchable nowadays.
You need to come on my radio show.
Because there's that. I literally saw I think it was a Warriors-Mavericks game the other night. Yeah. There was 48 combined 3-point makes. I think it was a single-game record.
Sickening.
I mean, and so to get that, there was probably, 80, 90 attempts?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty wild. But those are your Wilkinson stats and scoring.
James Naismith is dead, but he's rolling in his grave.
Yeah.
Right?
Bring me on the show sometime, AT. I'll talk about that. I'll be the get-off-your-lawn guy.
Please.
Region 9, Hearst Hardware updates. We know Desert Hills is at Cedar.
Yeah.
I have not seen an update on that game. Over at Snow Canyon, Crimson Cliffs led at 27-16 at the half. So we'll keep an eye on that throughout the night as well. That'll do it for our InfoWest halftime report. Did not squeeze in a second break, but we'll get you on early here in the third quarter. Tie the sneakers back up. Let's play basketball. Flyers going to have the first possession of the second quarter. Dixie now moving right to left across your radio dial and across your YouTube screen. Tigers going left to right now. Flyers in the road royal blue uniforms. Tigers in the home whites. Very classic looks tonight for the uniforms. 10-point lead for Hurricane. What do the Flyers dial up early third quarter to try to get back into this game? Weber will swing it around Carter. Into the hands of Forsey, guarded by Brigham Kemp, standing on the Tigers logo right wing, driving inside, hit across the face. Kind of a late whistle, but it does ring out. He'll get 2 free throws, brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's.
Way to attack the seam. That's great by Forsey. That's what they need tonight, and probably a lot during region play. They're trying to get it down to Walter on that block on either side. He's going block to block, trying to front his man, but Hughes is so physical and doing a great job denying a clean entry pass down there. That I like that action. I like getting it to Walter because he's a playmaker. He can finish, he can kick it back out, but it's hard to get it down there to him tonight.
First free throw up and through for Forsey. He's got some work to do to get to his season average of 15.5. Both free throws up and through. He's shooting at over 80% from the stripe at this point in the season. Season high 24 points for Tyson Forsey against Farmington a couple of weeks ago. He'd love to dial up a big second half, get back around that range tonight. And it looked like it was maybe off the leg of Callan Hughes, but Dixie knocked it out. 7:19 to go, third quarter. 8-point lead for Hurricane, 18 to shoot in the shot clock. Tigers with it. It'll be Brigham Kemp to trigger baseline right. Tosses it to Quinn Gubler, harassed by Carter. Now Gubler will set up the offense. 15 to shoot. Still plenty of time. Gives to Kemp, slashing inside. Ooh, a little bit of a Euro step. Did he get away with one? Doesn't matter. Callan Hughes, the tip-in bucket is up and good. He's got 4.
Cleaning up the glass with Windex tonight is Hughes after a really good take to the cup.
Lead back to 10 points, 35-25. And how about that? A foul 23 feet from the basket committed by Tylen Gubler. That'll be his second. Something to keep an eye on. R.J. Hurst has 3 fouls, so he did not start the third quarter. Coach Stout got to play this one safe. Forsey left alone. Man, he missed a bunny. And Tigers have it. Kemp slashing into the lane, and he's hit by Zed Weber. 2 free throws coming.
Good job. Way to attack in transition on the other side. It was almost one of those things where you're expecting somebody to jump, and they don't, and you're dead-legged, and you just kind of have an awkward attempt at the bucket. Tough shot to miss there for Forsey, but good job on the other end by Brigham, taking it all the way to the rim.
Kemp first free throw, up and through. He's got 5. Like Forsey for the Flyers, well below his season average. He's the leading scorer for the Tigers coming in tonight. 17 points per game. He makes both free throws. He's got 6 points. Been in double figures all but one game so far this year has Brigham Kemp. He's got 6 tonight. A little more work to do to get double figures again. Weber for 3, right corner. Rims in and out. Offensive rebound. Walter missed the putback. And he tries to go up again, but it's tied up by Tylen Gubler. And the ball goes back to Hurricane on the alternate possession.
Good job by Tylen going down, and Walter just got to keep that head high. Brought it down to his waist, and a crafty Ty Gubler went in and got the tie up.
Lincoln Stout will check in for Quinn Gubler on the Hurricane side. So on the floor for the Tigers, Kemp, Stout, Hughes, Tyson Stout, and Tylen Gubler. Here's Kemp. Leaves it for Hughes. Thought about a 3. Instead, back inside Tylen Gubler. And he's fouled on his way up. 2 free throws.
Nice bullet pass from Hughes. Snuck it into a tight window for an easy trip to the free throw line for Ty Gubler. Stay tuned for our Bucks Ace Hardware trivia question from Lawrence, the pigskin picking robot. Now basketball.
Is basketball made out of pigskin?
I was just going to ask that, It's something Larry should know.
Come on, Larry. Tylen Gubler first free throw is up and through. He's got 8. The lead is 13. It's a game-high lead for the Tigers. 38-25. And a critical spot for the Dixie Flyers. You don't want to let this lead balloon too much higher. Only 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter, but Hurricane leads it by 13. You feel like you're already at a big crossroads in this matchup. Carter into the corner to Weber. High arcing 3 left corner. No. Offensive rebound, J.J. Davey, but they say nope. He pushed off. That's how he got the position. The foul goes against Davey. And back to the Tigers, and that will be the 3rd foul of the night for Davey. He goes to the bench, gets a breather. Reset the floor for the Flyers for you. Zed Weber, Kimball Carter, Tyler Walter, Tyson Forsey, and Colin Simmons. Kemp, left wing, Driving inside and one. Acrobatic move, the finish and the foul. Wow.
It's a ninja move by Brigham Kemp right in front of his student section. Wow.
That was like 1990s NBA Finals for MJ against the Lakers, right? The hang and leaves the free throw short.
Although MJF's was kind of unnecessary, right?
That's what they say.
Kemp.
Forsey the other way. Shot is blocked. Ball is loose. And, oh, boy, Colin Simmons took an elbow or something to the back of the head, and he went down in a heap and was kind of underneath that play. In fact, he had kind of Kimball Carter right there shielding him, make sure nothing else happened. He'll get back up. Looks like he's okay. Ammon Ashton going to check into the game for Simmons. After all that, ball just went out of bounds back to the Flyers. And Carter out to Forsey. Driving inside, shot blocked by Callan Hughes, and he comes down with it. Tigers in transition, they lead by 15. And ball knocked out of bounds. Hurricane will maintain. Have almost the full shot clock. Brigham Kemp will trigger baseline right. Was MJ's move really unnecessary?
Well, we'd have to look at the film, but
there's a three from the left wing. Tyson Stout, too strong, offensive rebound. Tigers have it back, 5:20 to play, third quarter. It has been all Hurricane in quarter number 3. Looking inside, Tylen Gubler, stripped out of his hands by Walter, and the Flyers have it. Got to get something going here if you're wearing royal blue. Carter kills the dribble, finds Forsey. He brings it out to the H, the block H logo, center of the court to get things started.
And good defense outside by Kemp, going through screens.
Here's Weber from right to left, passing the inline right into the hands of Brigham Kemp, and a foul by Tyson Forsey to stop the fast break.
Yeah, and you can see the Dixie Flyer coaches talking about something that happened in that action that got it tangled up. And those are just some of the things that'll be ironed out over time with a new group who have played a lot of, I mean, these guys play like 70 games in the summer,
right.
So they're, but once, you know, especially once region starts and the intensity goes up and the games seem to be shorter and all that stuff, there's always stuff to be learned, obviously, after every game.
Was the 5th team foul against the Flyers here in the third quarter, so 2 free throws for Brigham Kemp and on each subsequent Dixie foul. The Tigers' Den has never been an easy place to play, AT.
No.
It's a raucous environment. It's a tough, scrappy team year in and year out. And this year, they've got the swagger, they've got the skill to match the physicality.
Absolutely. Yeah, been impressed with how physical they've been. And like you said, they've got shooters, they've got great ball handlers, and looking good so far.
42-25, Hurricane by 17. If you had this on your bingo card tonight, man, you're better fortune teller than me. Here's Weber.
Way to go.
Driving inside. He gets it to go. Big one for the Flyers.
And these guys, other than Forsey, as I keep saying, Forsey's got to play hero ball a little bit. These other guys can't be on their heels. They've got to attack. Great job by Zeb getting to the paint there.
Quinn Gubler, baseline left. Leaves it for Tylen Gubler, and foul's going to go against Tylen. Zed Weber tried to jump the pass, and Gubler just went right through him. Offensive pass interference on that play, right? Was that the call?
Yeah, but you're talking about when MJF switches the hands, right? Sabalos is down there.
Yeah.
Completely unnecessary.
Come on.
I mean, I know you're a Jordan guy.
Are you a LeBron guy?
Oh, heavens no. I'm a Jordan guy. But I'm not a truther. You know, I can look at the film and say, look, MJF, you were bored. You wanted to get a highlight on SportsCenter.
It worked.
Yeah.
42-27. Flyers with possession. Trailing by 15. And a foul out right in front of the Dixie bench. Flyers will maintain possession. Get the fresh 35 on the shot clock. For Dixie, not time to panic. There's still a quarter and a half left in this game. A couple of made shots, you're right back in it. Carter driving inside. Shot is blocked by Callan Hughes. That was kind of weird.
That ball
Hughes
went a
get it, or
mile
did
high.
it go off the backboard after the tip? That ball shot directly into the air. I've never seen a block go straight into the air, like straight up. Inbound pass to Forsey, and he'll score in traffic and one.
Yeah, that was a tough shot for Forsey on an inbounds play, and shot put it up there.
Big bucket there. Forsey with 8, trying to make it 9. Trying to get the Flyers back within 12. And it's up and through. He's got 9. Remember, Hurricane led this game 42-25. And the Tigers will score it inside. Callan Hughes, he's got 6, 45-29. As the Tigers have been able to match every Dixie response tonight. Here's Carter. Flyers have it. Swing it to Weber. Right wing. Zigs and zags. Leaves with Walter. Now back to Walter. Mid-post right. Knocked out of his hands. Out of bounds. Off of Walter. Turnover back to the Flyers.
That's great help by McCauley, I think.
Bryson McCauley, he's come in. He's got 3 points that he scored in the first half. But he's had big minutes off the bench. A big body in there, physical player, will go right at you. 44-30. Flyers trail by 14. The Tigers trying to add to it.
Good defense.
And 3 seconds.
Great defense by Carter.
Holy moly, haven't seen that call for a while.
Staying in front of Kemp, nowhere to go, faking every which way.
Starting to wonder if that rule is still on the rule book. You don't see it called very often, but there was 3 seconds called against Brigham Kemp. I guess it doesn't help when you're left on an island and you're the only guy in there and you have the basketball. Carter driving the end line. He's fouled. He was looking to pass, so should probably be a pass on the end line.
I'd almost say we need to revisit that. Nobody's in the paint anymore, right?
Yeah.
So let's up it to like 5 seconds.
There you go.
We want to encourage more stuff in the post, right?
Ooh, they're going to give Carter free throws. It almost looked like he had left his feet and made up his mind that he was going to pass. They give him the free throws. His first bucket of the night. And maybe here's a guy that can help get Dixie back into this ball game. Averaging just over 7 points a game to go with his 7 assists per game.
Just chip away. Just takes a couple of shots, a couple of maybe threes to finally drop for him.
Season high for Carter is 14 points. Been in double figures 3 times. 5 or more assists in 7 games for Carter this year. Some discussion, not sure what about. They subbed when they couldn't sub, maybe. Trying to. McCauley is made to leave the game, and Hughes back in. And McCauley's still at the table, so he'll sub back in just a minute. But just enough to get Dixie to miss the free throw. The Flyers grab their own rebound. 2:35 to go, third quarter. The Flyers trail by 13. Lobbing it across the court. Tipped into the hands of Forsey. They'll swing it to Ashton. And taken away, R.J. Hurst the steal. And he's fouled by Colin Simmons.
Frustrating. That's a tough possession for the Flyers. Got the offensive rebound on the free throw. You're trying to chip away a little bit, heading into the fourth quarter, a couple minutes away from that. Turnover and then a foul.
And this is the last guy you want at the free throw line if you're Dixie. R.J. Hurst has had to sit most of the third quarter. Well, there you go. He leaves one short. Had to sit most of the third quarter because of foul trouble. Had 9 points in the first half. See if he can get this one going. Get the double figures. Would be our second player in double figures. Kemp is at 10. It's up and through. 10 points for R.J. Hurst and a 14-point lead for Hurricane, 45-31. Davey looking for Weber in the left corner, and he threw it to the bench. Weber said, hey, that ball got tipped. Referees don't agree. Ball control, taking care of the basketball, has been big tonight. Of course, I say that as if it's not always a big thing.
Well, I think for Dixie, in their wins, they're having 20 team assists. Their assist-to-turnover ratio is about 2-to-1. I'll be curious to see at the end of the night where it's at.
Gubler into the left corner. Tyson Stout buries the triple.
How about Tyson?
Second three of the night.
Yeah.
And another Dixie turnover, as Forsey had to try to chase a pass down and save it back in, and he couldn't keep it in. 48-31. 17-point Hurricane lead with 1:28 to go in the third. Hurst, pump fake on Forsey, doesn't work. Swing it over to Kemp. Now to Stout in the corner. Shot clock at 15. Brigham Kemp slashing from right to left. It's up and good. And one. Brigham Kemp.
Great patience on the perimeter till a spot came open for him. Then he just exploded to the rim. And a lot of the times when you have a big lead, you can be a little complacent, start shooting a bunch of jump shots. That's the last thing they should be doing, and Kemp understands that. You got to go for the jugular when you have the chance against a program like Dixie.
Kemp with 12. The free throw will make it 13. It's a game-high mark. And a timeout called. Tigers by 20, 51-31. 1:10 to go in the third. We'll take the 60-second timeout and come right back on ESPN 97.7.
Hey neighbor. Great day to be at the reservoir, huh?
What are you doing now, Phil?
Getting ready to go for a bit of a swim here.
Why are you backing your truck into the lake?
Don't worry, I'll roll up the window before I go under.
That's not a submarine, Phil.
See the camper shell from St. George Topper there on the back? That's a top quality Lear shell. Waterproof. I figure I can take my fishing game to the next level. The deep level. That's where you find the big boys.
This isn't going to work out well, Phil.
No, I used waterproof duct tape to seal the undercarriage. I'm onto something here.
I'll start calling search and rescue.
This is Kyle with St. George Topper. Come in now for any new Lear 100 XQ shell, and we'll throw in the carpet headliner, hold-down front slider window, and keyless entry upgrades at no extra cost. That's a $680 value.
Boldly going where no...
Well, at least his fishing gear will stay dry in that new Lear camper shell.
St. George Topper. We're on the boulevard. Don't go topless.
1:10 to go, third quarter, back in the Tigers' den, and the Tigers feasting tonight, 51-31, Hurricane by 20. Flyers with possession. Can they string together a couple of buckets here and make a run? And a whistle and a 3-second call the other way against J.J. Davey. Do we have a point of emphasis this year? When was the last time you saw not just one but 2 3-second calls in the same game? So long ago that he's speechless. Here's Tylen Gubler inside, misses, gets his own rebound, and he brings it back out. Tigers will reset. Kemp fakes the three, Euro step into the lane, fadeaway jumper, and Walter snares the rebound, but a steal for R.J. Hurst. Steps into a three, bang! (54-31). 20 seconds to go in the third. Here's Carter. We'll swing it outside to Mac Howard. Over to the left side, Walter fires a three. No. Rebound Tigers. They're going to push it with 3 seconds. No. Rebound Flyers, and that is how the third quarter ends. 54-31. Tigers by 23. We'll take the full timeout, come back with quarter number 4 on ESPN 97.7.
At Rocky Ridge Rock, we have over 40 varieties of landscape rocks in many sizes and colors. We also have pavers, fire pits, retaining block, mulch, topsoil, garden soil, playground sand, filled dirt boulders, and wheat fabrics. With same-day delivery, we have everything you need to make any landscape project a breeze. Come check us out at 500 North 600 West in Cedar City or online at RockyRidgeRock.com and let us make your yard the favorite room in your house. At Rocky Ridge, we make dirt look good.
I love Rocky Ridge. Come on down for your landscape needs.
Is the trash, debris, and waste piling up at your home or business stressing you out? Do you need help with waste management for an upcoming event or project? With Rocky Ridge Waste, you can say goodbye to all the stress and hassle. With same-day drop-off and pickup, rental is a breeze. Simply dump your trash, schedule a pickup, and let us handle the rest. Whether your needs are big or small, long-term or short-term, our dumpsters are sized just right for any project, saving you valuable time and money. Call Rocky Ridge Waste today at 867-1368 and leave the nitty-gritty to us.
8 minutes up on the fourth quarter clock. And what will transpire in quarter number 4? Do the Tigers continue to run away with this thing? Or does Dixie put together a little run in quarter number 4 and try to claw their way back in it? 23-point lead right now for the Tigers. And good look inside for Tyler Walter. He'll score for Dixie. He's got 11. Great start for the Flyers. Just what they needed to start quarter number 4 after scoring only 8 points in the third quarter. Here's Stout. Over to Tylen Gubler. Gubler knocked out of his hands by J.J. Davey. And it went back off of Gubler. So the Flyers score, force a turnover, and get the basketball back.
They kind of need three-pointers, and they haven't had a lot of luck with that tonight.
Yeah, 21-point hole right now for the Flyers. Got to let a couple of those deep ones fly.
There you
Forsey
go.
will let one fly, and he got it. Catch and shoot for Tyson Forsey. First St. George Topper 3 of the night. He's got 12, and the lead down to 18. 54-36. 7 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Here's Hurst. Backing in, fadeaway jumper from the free throw line, rims out, and Carter pulls down the rebound. Flyers gonna push the tempo into the right corner, passes on a 3, then a mid-range J is too strong, but tap back out. Carter for 3 straight away, no. And the rebound to Callan Hughes, and he's fouled by Walter.
Good look. That's exactly what you want. Right down the barrel, three-point attempt. And if you're Hurricane on the other end, your goal needs to be, I think, hey, let's win this game by 30. Like, that needs to be your mentality as opposed to draining the shot clock and just trying to get out of here with a win. You got a huge lead. Make it even bigger should be the mentality. And then for Dixie, obviously, it's quick shots and a lot of threes, I think, when you're trailing by this much in the fourth.
They're going to go full court pressure and try to get some possessions back. And Hurricane able to break the press. Hurst, the jumper in the lane, no. Walter, the rebound. 18-point lead. If you're Dixie, you got to go. Find a bucket. Doesn't necessarily have to be all threes. Find a high-quality shot. And push the tempo of this basketball game. Forsey, one-on-one with Kemp. Straightaway 3, bang! Back-to-back triples for Forsey. And he's got 15.
And that's your best shot. Just Tyson Forsey off the bounce, one-on-one. Nice job.
The lead down to 15, 54-39. Tigers with it. Can they close it out? A turnover. Dixie has it. And whistles behind the play, a double dribble. Ooh, it didn't look like he ever had full possession. Oh, that's big. Flyers had possession, trailing by 15 in a fast break. And they pull it back on a double dribble on a loose basketball.
That's tough. I mean, I think Coach Stout can argue my guy was getting mangled on the perimeter before that happened, so things tend to even out, but that would have been huge for Dixie.
And a whistle and a foul on the inbounds pass as Gubler went up high to try to pull it down. 5:49 to go, fourth quarter. Flyers within 15.
Inbound to Kemp. Kemp's defender falls over, no whistle. They play on. Hurst swinging it to Gubler. Gubler to the free throw line. Extra pass to Hughes. Back to Kemp. Reverse it left to right. No, but he's fouled. Clean up top. Got him with the body down low, and that'll send Brigham Kemp to the free throw line.
I've liked Kemp's game. You know, he's a great facilitator, but I've liked his game going towards the rim and acrobatic finishes. And like you said, we saw it a little last year, but he's the man this year. You know, he's been awesome tonight.
Oh, you could see it as a sophomore last year. Just it came in spurts and flashes, and you just knew.
Yeah.
Look out. He's going to take Region 9 by storm. Makes the first free throw. He's got 14. Season high is 21. So can he get there? Maybe break that mark. Misses the second free throw. Flyers on the rebound. 16-point lead for Hurricane. 55-39. 5:25 to go. Keep finding number 2 if you're Dixie. Get it back into the hands of Tyson Forsey and let him eat. He's one-on-one. He fired deep 3 left wing, too strong. And the rebound to the Tigers. And you know what? On a night like tonight, I think you're okay with that shot.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. You got the switch that he wanted. Tylen Gubler came out on him.
And Hughes fouled high above the rim by Tyler Walter. 2 free throws coming for Callan Hughes. You love the intensity that Dixie has brought to the game.
Yeah.
Here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But it begs the question, where was it? In those middle quarters, in the second and third quarters. And as a coach sometimes, some teams are tougher, right? To be able to light that fire than other teams. Hughes makes the first free throw, he's got 7. Some years you get a group that you barely even have to light the match to get the fire going. Other years, takes some figuring out. Second free throw missed. It's a 17-point lead, 56-39. Almost halfway through the fourth quarter. Carter kicking it to Forsey, and it's out of bounds. It made contact with Coach Roberts. He's saying no, it didn't.
He's got to be careful
and
here.
He went right after the ref.
He can't believe the call. We'll have to see the replay. I think he's putting his hands up to catch in case it hits him in the head. Ref saying
it was a tip,
it.
And he kind of just instinct, right? The hands flinched up, and the ref said he touched it. Coach Roberts disagreed. Was walking on some thin ice there. Did not get the technical. They did issue a bench warning. Of course, high school basketball, the coach gets a tech, you have to sit down, right? Kemp crosses over his guy and dishes into the corner.
Great save.
Almost threw it away. Tigers will reset. The crossover from Kemp brought the crowd to its feet. Here's Hurst driving the end line. He throws it right to the feet of Zed Weber. Are they calling a kick ball?
Yeah, he stopped it with his foot. So that'll,
like a trap in soccer. Now the thing is that there should be a reset out to 15 or 20.
I think
on the shot clock. Still at 5. They want to ask about it. They're buzzing the horn to say, hey, should there be a reset? And on a kick ball, there should be
20.
They're trying to get it to 20. Good catch there, AT. Wow, how big is that?
Yeah.
Been a couple of those small things that have gone against the Flyers, but Hurst catch and shoot 3. Too short. Offensive rebound, Brigham Kemp. And he wisely brings the ball out and says, hey, let's burn some clock here. Kemp zigging and zagging. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. Look at the handles. Kemp behind the back dribble through the legs. And timeout called by Hurricane. Dixie wanted to travel. He was on his back and flipped over to his stomach. And now a technical call against Coach Roberts.
Yeah,
3:54 to go. Go ahead, AT.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, he tried to do kind of a between the legs, between two defenders, and it collapsed. And then he has the ball, and I mean, I have to watch it again, I guess. But
to
kind of sat up.
Bench's credit, he did the full. He's on his back, and he wanted to flip over to protect the basketball.
Yeah.
His body left the floor.
Yeah.
And he spun over and landed on top of the basketball. So I can see the argument.
Absolutely.
From either side.
And then you've got another ref who's standing right by Coach Stout who's calling a timeout.
Yep.
Bang, bang. These games come down to those tough calls.
Timeout's brought to you by, since we didn't get out to this timeout, Dixie Chiropractic. Take a timeout to Dixie Chiropractic with the most advanced technology and expertise in St. George. Proud sponsor of Region 9 Athletics. 3:54 to go in quarter number 4. There was a technical, so there should be free throws here. Dixie trying to line up to rebound. The ref said, no, it's a technical free throw. I've never seen the Dixie players are standing in the three-point line right behind Brigham Kemp. Have you ever seen players stand that close on the technical free throw?
No, I'm surprised that's happening.
I'm surprised they're letting them.
I mean, Forsey's whispering into his ear, basically.
It's a mailman doesn't deliver on Sundays type situation here.
Right.
Look at all these 90s basketball references. Hurst splits the pair of free throws. You know, he's got 14. We must just be that old, I guess, AT.
It's time to turn in for the winner.
3:54 to go. Fourth quarter. And the Tigers lead by 18, 57-39. Referee had some words for Ryan Forsey, and he kind of laughed and shook his head and said, What? He's getting a little chippy. Down the stretch as the Tigers look for their first win over Dixie in what we're thinking, AT, it's got to be at least a decade.
Yes.
Here's Hurst. Stripped out of his hands, regains. Over to Hughes. Hughes back to Hurst. Double teamed in the left corner, and he'll take a timeout. Nowhere to go with it, and he'll call the timeout. 3:30 to go here in the fourth. 57-39. Hurricane, the 18-point lead. And it looks like it's going to be 30-second timeout. Let's take a quick one. Quick 30, and right back on ESPN 97.7.
Hi, it's Tyler with We Win Injury Law. People usually call us when they're involved in a vehicle accident, but there are so many other areas we specialize in. Long story short, if you've been injured, we can help. Maybe you've experienced medical malpractice, or a loved one has suffered nursing home abuse, or even a wrongful death. If so, call us today. You need an experienced injury lawyer who knows how to fight insurance companies. Unlike most lawyers, we are not scared to go to trial to fight for what you deserve. Call us today at 435-688-9558 for your free consultation, or visit us at WeWinInjuryLaw.com.
Welcome back out of the timeout. A technical foul has been called against Tyson Forsey. Was it a double tech? Is he done? And he's still on the court. The referee signaled it to the table 2 different times. R.J. Hurst, first free throw, is up and good. He's got 15. It was just one technical. Second free throw, up and good. 16 points for R.J. Hurst and a 20-point lead for Hurricane. Boy, what a party inside the Tigers' den, and what a way to start Region 9 play for Hurricane. Look out for this Tigers team throughout this campaign of 2024-25. And Davey gets to the bucket, but it's knocked out of his hands. Couple of free throws coming for the Flyers.
Yeah, he was going for the tomahawk there and just lost control of it. Yeah, it's a frustrating night for Dixie. And I'm sure there's as many stunned Dixie fans here as we are. But it's December, and, you know, you've got Coach Roberts. And so they're going to figure something out to compete still in Region 9 for, I think, just like they do every year for a championship. But it's been definitely a learning experience on the road here tonight.
Second free throw too strong. Brigham Kemp the rebound. R.J. Hurst is fouled by Forsey on the way back up the floor. 3:20 to go. Here in quarter number 4. And that's the 5th team foul against the Flyers. A couple of members of the student section getting some words from the referee saying, hey, have fun, but let's keep it respectful. First free throw from Hurst. Boy, R.J. Hurst has been at the free throw line so long here in the fourth quarter. He's had a permanent residence down there. Bringing him a sleeping bag. He's going to spend the night there. He makes the second. He's up to 18 points all of a sudden. And a lot of those from the free throw line. Between all the technical fouls and the different fouls. Quinn Gubler a steal. The Tigers not done. They're not willing to just let Dixie try to score some buckets and chip away here. They're still playing tough D. 61-40. Of course, this is years of frustration of 20 and 30, 40-point losses to teams like Hurricane. Here's Tylen Gubler off the offensive rebound, scores it. 10 points for Gubler.
Nice pass by Hughes there on a touch pass for an easy bucket.
Walter is fouled on his way to the bucket. And he'll get free throws with 2:40 to go here in quarter number 4. And the ref says no free throws. It's on the ground. I can't wait for the return trip over the hangar.
Yeah, we'll be there, buddy.
That's going to be a fun one. And left side jumper, Zed Weber buries it. He's got 9. Hurricane by 21. 63-42. 2:30 to play. Quinn Gubler driving the lane. No. Tip put back. Yes. Callan Hughes.
Yeah, Hughes again. He's been great when they've needed him. Tonight, defensively, he's been so physical against the bigs of Dixie, getting offensive rebounds.
Forsey buries the triple. He's got 18. R.J. Hurst passes on a 3 on the other end.
Vet move there.
Yeah, 30 seconds on the shot clock, and you're up by 20, under 2 minutes to go. You don't shoot that 3 in that situation. Here's Gubler, double teamed. Will swing it to Tylen Gubler. He's bumped. And 2 free throws coming. (65-45), 1:43 to go. Try to get you another Region 9 update brought to you by Hearst Days Hardware. That Crimson Snow Canyon game going on over at the Jungle across town. And it looks like that game has gone final. First free throw from Gubler is good. He makes both. He's got 12. Try to get you the score of that game as soon as we can. 1:35 to go. And a collision between Hughes and Forsey. And that will send Forsey to the free throw line. Forsey's got 18 after making 3 threes here in the second half. Can get to 20 with a pair of free throws here. The first one is up and through. And the final over at Snow Canyon as Forsey misses the second free throw, grabs his own rebound. 63-44, Crimson Cliffs over Snow Canyon. As Zed Weber bounces a pass off of the foot of Callan Hughes, and they'll reset baseline right. Pair of blowouts in Region 9 tonight. Don't have a score on the Cedar Desert Hills game. And Weber, a fadeaway three in the left corner. He knocks it in. He's got 12. 67-49. Quinn Gubler brings the ball down. Tipped out of his hands by by Tyson Forsey. I gotta apologize. Ryan is Tyson's dad, and I've worked many a broadcast and TV show with him over the years. Went to school with him over the broadcasting program at Dixie State back in the day. So I'm going to struggle with that one all year. Anytime I say the Forsey name, I'm assuming I'm saying Ryan. So, Tyson Forsey. Got to give him proper credit. Forsey with the steal. Pass ahead to Carter. And good. Ball is loose. And Forsey comes up with it. Flyers get another possession. Carter for three. Right wing, up and through. He's got 4. The lead's been trimmed to 15. 67-52. And the "we believe that we will win" chant starting inside the Tigers' den. A tip and a steal. Forsey for 3 the other way. Too strong. Grabs his own rebound. Shot clock is off. He'll drive inside and lay it in for 2. He's got 21. And timeout called by Hurricane. With 25 seconds left, the lead all of a sudden been trimmed to 13.
I feel like I need to coach up these kids in every student section with before I got kicked out of Utah State for academic reasons, I went to a couple basketball games. And you got to say, I believe that we will win before the game.
Yeah.
And then when you win, you say, I believe that we just won. You can't say, I believe that we will win with 20 seconds left.
With a 20-point lead.
With a 20-point lead. That's not saying much.
We're all learning here.
It's
together.
Early. Yeah, it's early. They've been drinking a lot of eggnog.
With this squad that they've got out here in Hurricane this year,
they'll be getting used to that chant,
they're going to be getting really used to that chant, especially here at home. This is going to be a tough place to win.
Yeah.
For any other Region 9 team.
Absolutely.
25.6 seconds remaining and a 13-point lead, 67-54. Tigers with it. Shot clock is off. They ought to be able to just dribble it out here, should Dixie not foul. Hurst stripped away by Kimball Carter, and he'll drive inside. No. Put back from Forsey, yes. 23 points for Forsey, and 67-56, and a foul. Tigers lead it by 11. The foul against Weber with 2.9 seconds left will send R.J. Hurst to the free throw line. Valiant effort by Dixie in the last few minutes to cut the lead down. Hurst, first free throw is up and good. He's got 19. But tonight it's been all about the Hurricane Tigers. And a 12-point lead. They can make it a 13-point lead here. He does. Makes it. He's got 20. Inbound pass. 2-1. And Forsey heave. No. And the Hurricane Tigers have defeated the Dixie Flyers to begin region play. 69-56. And the Tigers
they should be charging
in
the floor.
H-Town.
What is going on? I mean, they're coached up by the admin, clearly, but why are we not on the floor right now if you're a Hurricane student section?
Wow.
It's been 10 years.
The Tigers win it 69-56. Let's step away. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back with the Bucks Ace Hardware postgame show. To our video audience, we bid you farewell. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Tigers win it 69-56, back in 3 on ESPN 97.7.
I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. Lighting is the jewelry for the home. Here at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, we go to every effort to find the latest and greatest new ideas and styles in decorative lighting. You may find it interesting, but we really do get excited about great lighting. We've recently returned home from the latest lighting trade show, where we found a number of exciting pieces. Those items have been arriving, and the showroom is filling up with fantastic new ideas